It's going without any issues. There we go. Oh, that was so smooth. It has never worked that smooth, but hi everyone. I was working on getting my office cleaned as well.
Ooh,
And I just redid my shelves and I'm pretty
it looks
proud.
beautiful.
I'm letting you know now. In the video, I sound like I am going to pass out at any moment. No one told me that was a full-fledged workout.
I know I'm avoiding it back here. You can see it's just chaos.
It's the lifting and the adjusting and oh baby.
Organizing every yep.
So for those who are viewing this when you see the video, I am not out of shape. I just wasn't prepared. But hi everyone, welcome to the Bootcamp Readathon. I always want to say read along for some reason. Readathon, and we are going to be doing some sprints today. And you could read, you could work out, you could do whatever you want. It's really just our time to actually be productive. And we have been talking all about productivity today. So make sure you guys comment one thing you're proud of that you've done this week, and we'll go from there. But I have a lovely, lovely co host here with me today, and I want her to go ahead and give herself a shout out and talk to you guys all about her channel. So go for it.
Sure. I'm Vanessa, also known as Dr. B or Read with Dr. B. So I'm a psychologist who has a fiction addiction, and I like to read lots of romance, fantasy romance, mystery thrillers. Really trying to get into like sci-fi and horror this year. We'll see. I also try to put an emphasis on reading more diverse books. So, whether that be books with BIPOC characters or by BIPOC authors or LGBTQ, like I really try to incorporate that into um, my reading these days because it just helps you get different perspectives, and it's just fun, Like, so I found some of my favorite authors this way, like Kennedy Ryan. She's got to be number one for me.
Okay, I have to interject because I am reading my first Kennedy Ryan book right
Oh, which book are you
now.
reading?
I'm reading, oh man, let me grab it. Before I Let Go is my book club pick this month.
Oh,
And I
good.
started it this morning and was like, oh my God, we're on to something. Don't
If you
judge me.
like that book, if you like that book, which I know you will, she has another book coming out. It's like the second book in that series called This Could
What?
Be Us. And I
Wait.
got the arc for it last month or the month before. That's even better. Like, I have never loved a book as much as that. I ate it up. I was like, this is so good.
It's on the sticky note. It's
And
on the
it's
sticky.
beautiful. Like the cover, I don't know who does the art, but the art is so pretty for both of the books.
I'm Googling the second one because I need to see this.
Oh
This
my god.
beauty.
It's oh, and Soledad is just amazing. I can't wait till they put out can't think of the friend's name, but she's really funny in the book.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it pretty?
It's so gorgeous. Wow. I was not expecting that. I mean,
I
granted, Before I
know.
Let Go is gorgeous, but some authors have a hard time nailing it on every book
She
cover.
nailed it.
Okay, I have to share. For those who haven't seen it, we can all witness together because I was not expecting it to be this gorgeous. Oh my. Oh, yes.
I love it.
Beautiful. And for a reference, guys, here it is Before I Let Go. And this could be, wow. I am so happy you told me that.
Oh, yes. I cannot wait till this book comes out because I really want it physically.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to hit up the bookstore. See, and I said my New Year resolution was to not buy a lot.
You
So
can make it
far,
sticky.
I only have 2 books on my list, so a third can help.
March 5th, I think, is when it comes out. So
Right
it's
before my
it's worth
birthday.
it.
Love it.
Birthday gift.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Lynn. Look at that. Hey, everybody. Hair is given what it is supposed to be. Okay, listen here. The hair is getting on my nerves already. I for those who don't know, I need a haircut so bad. So this is all I can put together without that haircut. But thank you. I appreciate the love. Hey, Paco. Hey, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I must be the only one who didn't cry reading that. I have heard a lot of people crying, and I love the author's note who and she just kind of breaks down like, hey, this was done with care and it's some difficult topics and the process of actually connecting with beta readers with experience. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss for sure. All right, let's see. I can't wait to get the new book. It just won't have matching. Oh, because I got the first one through Book of the Month. Hopefully, Book of the Month does the second book too, and then
Yeah,
you can get Book of the Month for both. I love it though.
that's what I'm thinking.
I want to read my physical TBR this year, and I'm going to the library today to fulfill my desire of a new books. I am doing the same. I just found out there's not one but 2 new libraries in my area, right?
Ooh.
And I was like, "Oh, it's on." So, content coming, but I am definitely going to some libraries, no bookstores.
You can go, it's like a look but don't touch kind of thing,
Yes. I do have gift cards and I'm saving them for special books, and that might be one of them. I'm just gonna be frank, that might just be one of them. So let's see. Today we were going to do some sprints. I always start us off with a quick 15-minute sprint to grab your water, grab your book, grab the bookmark, because that's the thing I always forget to get. Grab your bookmark. And that way we're ready to rock and roll. So just to kind of give you guys the breakdown of today, we'll be here from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Time. And the goal is to do 20-minute, 30-minute, 20-minute, 15 for sprints. So hopefully we can all get a ton of work done. I need to continue to clean and read. So we're going to get into it today. But I want to make sure that you all know this is for the book. I was going to say book. Boot Camp Readathon. I said readathon. Haha. And make sure you follow all of my wonderful co-hosts. Once we are done here, I'll make sure to put all of their links in the description box. Please check them out, check out their content. There's a ton of sprints going on around this time, videos, TBRs. Oh, that reminds me, I need to do mine. But there's so many things coming along, and I want you guys to be able to check it out. So you'll see all of that information linked down in the description box, okay? Okay, let's see. My screen's being weird. So let's get the first 15-minute sprint up. We'll start with a quick 15, and then we'll jump into some more, or I guess longer ones. How's that sound? All right, perfect. So let's get that going. And then BRB. Knock, 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 knock. And we're back. It
It was so quick.
was, even with all like the weirdest commercials popping up during the spreads. I apologize. I literally watch the videos to make sure there's no interruptions. And the moment you go live, it has interruptions. But whatevs. How was your reading?
So I decided to pick up something short, which is my under 100 pages book, so the low
Hmm.
crawl. And I recommended this the other day because I like the other books in the series. Two Scoops of Hellfire by Kimberly Lemming.
Oh my goodness. Have you
It's
read
like
any of
20
these?
pages.
It's so cute though.
I'm enjoying. I'm only on chapter 2 and there's like 3 chapters. So, it's fun. We're quick and to the point here.
Right? I think that was probably the hardest prompt to fulfill was
Mhm.
a book under 100 pages. I'm like, do I own anything that short?
Yeah, I was lucky somebody got me this for Christmas and I was like, "Okay, perfect. This works."
Time to read it. But hi, everyone in the chat. For those who joined while we were reading, hello, hello. Welcome to the book boot. Oh my goodness. I want to say book every time. Okay. Please just know I mean well, but boot camp, readathon, sprints. Today we're going to be reading or being productive in any shape, fashion, fitness, whatever you want to do at the time. But we'll be here until 3 p.m. Central. So welcome, 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 welcome. But I never actually said what I was reading. I am reading before I let go. This one is my book club reading. And then I'm also reading the mixtape. I'm one of those people who have to read like 3 books at a time because the moment it gets boring, like a commercial, I just want to change the channel for a while. So
Mhm.
that's my way of doing things.
I feel that. I'm also reading 3 at the same time.
Oh, what other books are you reading?
So making my way through this big chunky book, Keeping 13.
Ooh,
It's
that's a
huge.
thickums.
Like I'm going from the smallest to the biggest.
It
And
looks
then
worse with that up against it.
I know. And then I'm also reading a book called The Book of Azrael, which is part of a book club that I'm part of. The Classic Literature Book Club is
Oh,
reading that.
nice. I read classics for the first time last year. Shout out to Jamie Reeds and Birdie in the Books because we buddy read them. And that was my first time getting through Dracula. I've tried multiple times, but the fact that I put in my head that this was a buddy read, I
Oh.
finished it. But it was actually really great. I'm happy that I was able to actually read it because I feel like everyone knows kind of the premise of these books, but not everyone has actually read them. So
Hmm.
it's pretty cool. But hi, friends. We've totally been ignoring you guys. Just kidding. We were on a sprint. Let's see. Hi. Hope everyone is well. I am listening to The Color Purple while getting stuff done, sharing some love with the like button. I appreciate all the love always, but also you being productive. You better get it. Let's see. Hi, Becky. How we doing? How the kiddos? Gonna use the sprints to organize a bit of the TBR ideas for Bookamon prompts. Ooh, have not heard of that one. Cause out a real big reading challenge. Dang, way to go. I
Yeah,
have not read
Pokemon
it.
is a year-long. It's like based off of Pokemon.
Mhm.
Reading with Merb is the person who is like the creator of it.
I'm gonna have to check it out. That's intense. A year, but I guess that's good because then now you know what you're reading this year. I don't know. There's pros and cons here. If you struggle like me to pick a TBR, I feel like this would be good. Oh, Courtney's in the house. Hey, Court. The Color Purple. I know that the musical is now out, but I have a question for those who are enjoying it. Are you watching the movie or are you listening to the soundtrack? That I'm curious because I have not got into it yet. Hello, peeps. Hi, welcome. Thanks for coming. We'll be reading, saving. Oh, geez, I'm reading too fast and my brain did not catch up. Totally follow you. Thank you for sharing.
I think that's one of the next books in the series that I'm reading. It's
Okay.
another big chunky one too.
Ooh, how many pages is that?
This one is 605, but the font is like tiny.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, the audio is like 30 something hours.
Okay, that is dedication.
That's why I'm like,
That's
I gotta
dedication.
break this up. It's too much.
Yes. That's like, oh my goodness. That's when you have the free time to dedicate to a book like that. Don't ever watch my channel if you see a thickums because I'm gonna complain the whole time. It could be a great read, but I'm like, man, I'll never get those years back. I'm on page 80 of Mooncakes. Okay.
Oh, this is my book. Yeah, they literally like meet and they're like, let's bang. Like, okay.
You're like, oh no, what's your name again? Got to halfway point to check and mate. Love it, Paco. I got up late, but did exercise. Oh, I was explaining that earlier today. I was so productive. I worked out. I was on my stepper, and that is a real workout. I don't care what anybody says. That stepper.
Is it like the thing you stand in place and you're stepping?
And then mine has like the tension things on it. Also,
Oh,
I've been doing it since the last day of the year. So I'm like, if I can just get 30 minutes on this, then I can
that's
say
awesome.
I worked out. It is immediate. A lot of people are like, it's not that bad. It's not that intense. Oh, baby, you're going to sweat.
Yep.
Be prepared. Oh, my goodness. So let's see. Now we are down to another sprint. We have the 30-minute one, but I wanted to ask the chat as well as you, what is your most anticipated read of the year? You're just like, I cannot wait. I know that's such a hard question, right?
Well, the first one that comes to mind, I don't even know what it's called,
Okay.
but it's coming out in December of this year. It's the third book in the Fourth Wing Iron Flame series.
Oh, okay. So wait, they already have a release date for that?
They just said sometime in December, and that's all we know.
Oh, I was just gonna, because I just watched a video yesterday where someone read both of the books that are currently released, and they were like dying at the last one, like, I have to wait. It's like, I'll wait
Yep,
until they're all out. I don't like to
I
stress myself.
know. Yeah, they're very hyped up, and I would say they're hyped up for good reason because I enjoyed them, but some people are like, "Oh, not worth the hype." But
Mm,
to each their own. We all have different, reading
reading taste.
preferences. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. 30 hours. No, see?
Just
Courtney,
gotta break it up, you know?
Courtney, you just got to do a couple hours here and there, sprinkle, sprinkle. The next
Oh
in this.
gosh, 57
What?
hours.
Wait, hold up. 50, and that's audio?
I have the next book, I think,
Oh my goodness.
somewhere on the shelf. Oh yeah, it's back there. It's hiding. It's big. It's just as big.
Oh man, that's dedication. I hope it's great to you. I hope you
They
love it.
are. I enjoyed the first one. This is the second one in the series. They're they're just adorable.
I love it. Give it to me. If it's gonna be long, be good, please. The Angel. Oh, Alicia, we were just talking about that book. I know that's your most anticipated. Let's see. There's a sequel. I am learning so much right now. I don't have any anticipated. I just want some good reading. I love that. Same,
Yes.
especially with me trying to read books on my shelves. And like a crazy person, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a TBR chart. Let me write down all the books I haven't read. I have 18 pages of books I
Oh my
haven't
gosh.
read. So I think this is a great challenge for me. It's going to be a lot, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to actually get to a lot of books I'm excited about.
I'm avoiding knowing how many are on my physical TBR.
Oh
Because
my
it's not just back here, it's on this wall too.
I can't. I can't. I would be so, oh my God. I can't even imagine knowing the actual number. Not to mention, I'm one of those people who take a lot of recommendations.
Hmm.
So I also have a recommendations list as well. And I'm like, eep, eep. I'm sorry in advance. Oh man, that's crazy. Hard choice, but I think mine has to be the Sunlit Man. But really, did you read? I'm trying to think of the name of it. The Mistborn collection. I read the first two, didn't get to the last one, but I heard it was really good. My goal is to actually finish it this year. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm like in between like four different conversations, so I'm sorry if I missed anyone. Getting a sequel in September, and then I'm pretty sure Cemetery Boys is getting a sequel at some point too. I still need to finish that. Still need to finish it, just saying. I'm gonna just take my books as they come. Courtney, you give me hope. Thank you.
That's good shelf control there.
Yes. Also, I'm trying to use my library more. So I may not have many hauls this year purchased, but you'll definitely see some library hauls. Just saying. Where Sleeping Girls Lie. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, we are officially at time to knock out another sprint. And this one's actually going to be a 30-minute one. So a little bit more lengthy than originally, but hey, we get stuff done, right? All right. Let me get that on the screen. Oh, I should probably warn you guys. For those who are new here, I randomly sing. I didn't say well, I didn't say I do the thing, but I randomly sing. So just prepare yourself for some tunage. All right. Well, I will see you guys in 30 and enjoy your productivity time. Knock, 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 knock. And we're back from our 30-minute sprint. How did it go?
I finished my little book here.
Oh,
It
nice.
was quick and to the point, which is sometimes what you need, right? Well, it was cutesy, like cute, erotic. That's all.
Vanessa,
Yes.
why didn't you tell me how good this book was that I need to keep notes?
Yeah, you might want to annotate that book.
Oh, I started. That's why I had to go off camera a few times to find stickies because I have like transparent ones. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I need a different color. Read back.
Yeah, some of my favorite scenes are, yeah, I don't know if you just started, so I don't know if you've gotten there yet, but what is the guy's name?
Her husband,
Yeah,
and I just read his name. That's how bad I
I
am.
keep thinking of the second book's husband or their partner, whatever.
Hendrix? No, that's her friend's name.
No, that's the friend, that's the funny friend.
Okay. I just read the husband's name, but I'm at the part where she's changing in the office and she's kind of analyzing the difference with her in the space versus it just being him.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of got dressed. I love what she's saying about like her body after having kids and just like that is so refreshing to hear positive body image after having
Yeah,
a
it is.
child. Chef's kiss.
I can't wait to get to the therapy chapters,
Oh, I
especially with the husband and like what he says about it. And I was like, yes, this is so important. Like men going to therapy.
love it. Love it. But yes, I totally just read his name and forgot within 30 seconds. My
Yeah, I
brain
keep
is
thinking of Josiah, but that's
no, that is his
Yasmin
name.
and blah. I can't think of his name.
It is Josiah.
It is?
Yes.
Oh,
I had to go back because there's a chapter. The chapters go between their names. I'm like, what is his name?
dang. Now I'm
It's
like
just
Soledad and what's his name? Okay, whatever. Josiah.
Mhm. This is so refreshing. I had to grab my stickies. I was like, wait, you're not just gonna say that, and we just skip past it. That was beautiful, and I'm hearing it gets better. So
Yes.
love it. I like how she said she's not the type of person to make the bed every day because she's just gonna climb back in.
I
And
definitely don't make the bed.
my husband is like that. He's like, babe, we're just gonna get back in. I'm like, I need to make this bed. I need structure.
I feel like because I work from home a lot,
hmm
I I was laying down in a meeting today. I was like, guys, I'm not on camera. My neck hurts, so I just needed to lay down. And they're like, okay, whatever.
Love it. I love working from home, by the way. It's so great.
I
But
was thinking
now
earlier, like that's the best thing that came out of the pandemic, but everything else got poop.
I agree. I concur. No, because I was ever since I started working from home, I have been able to do so many things. So my thing is like habit building or habit stacking. So if I'm doing one thing, I'm adding to it to simplify life.
Hmm.
Game changer. Game
Yeah.
changer. Working from home, doing laundry. Same time. Getting stuff
Yep.
done either way.
Yep.
But yes, I am really digging this book already. I cannot wait to talk about it because there's a few people ahead of me in our in my book club and they're messaging like, oh, this is so good. Oh, it's so good. I'm like, oh, don't tell me I'm gonna get there.
So question for you.
Mhm.
How do you annotate? Because I'm not a huge annotating person and I'm trying to learn.
Love that.
How do you annotate?
I have two different ways, and it's mostly how do I explain it? So I have some where I just use the stickies and color code based on
Yeah,
my
I've got like
feelings.
some of
Yeah,
these,
just
and
like
my
that.
friend got me the clear ones.
Yep. So the ones that you picked up first, those are more so for me. And what I do is in the beginning of the book, I will put the sticky and then write the emotion on it. So then when I go back, I can actually see like, oh, this actually made me laugh a lot the first time, or oh, that's really sad. And I normally just kind of add to it that way.
Okay.
And then the other way is when I'm annotating, like actually writing. I can't write in my books. I'm kind of a book prude like that. So the transparent stickies are
Mhm.
huge for me. And it's mostly like writing down either a moment or how I can use this in my real life. And I do it the most when I'm in book clubs because then I add questions or things I can point out during our
Mm.
conversation. So I'm all over the place.
See, that's how I remember in school how we annotated, like when they wanted you to critically analyze something. Hey, Courtney.
Hey,
How you
Court.
doing?
They were like, put a tab here, and then we had to use, we didn't have these cool transparent things. We had like
Right?
Post-its. So they were
Yes.
like, put a Post-it in there and like write down questions or thoughts that you had. And like, that's the only thing with annotating that it like brings me back to that time period of like
Yes.
school. But now that it's like my own book, I want to, for certain books, I want to annotate because sometimes I've been reading books and I'm like, wow, that was a really good quote. Like, I would
Right?
love to go back and reread that, or, I could see myself quoting that in real life because it's applicable to real life or something.
Mhm. And the great thing is, I feel like once I started to annotate, I enjoy my books a little bit more. It kind of forces me to kind of sit with the content a little bit longer. And I really, really like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
How often do you go back and look at those annotations?
surprisingly, a lot because the ones I annotate are end up being like my favorite books of all time.
Oh,
So
that's
I'll go
good.
back and be like, oh, I'm going to reread this. I also love it because when you share books with friends and they kind of see the things that it's so fun. I do it with
Mm-hmm.
my friends a lot where one of us will read a book and be like, you have to read it and you need to read my copy. And they get a chance to kind of read the book along with your feelings and your thoughts. And I just love that.
That's a good idea. I like the idea of that. They'd be like, I was going to annotate that too.
I
See,
do it
I'm a
with my
library girl.
mom. It's
Oh, that's cute.
she'll be like,
Wouldn't it
okay, that is funny. You got that one.
It would be nuts though if you read like smut, right? And then you're like, you get your mom are sharing the same
Okay,
book,
don't
and she
judge
was like,
me.
"Ooh, that was my scene too."
Don't judge me, but most of the smut on my shelves are from my mother. She read a bunch of books when I was younger, and I said this on a couple videos. I got her entire backlist, so she had a bunch of books I could not read growing up. She's like, "No way in Hannah Montana can you read this book until you're old enough." And then I got older, and I was like, "I want them all."
You'd be
Whew.
like, "Mom."
I was not prepared. I said,
That's
"Ma'am,
funny.
excuse me, ma'am. You I don't think I'm old enough to read it now."
Ah,
But Harlequin, like I grew up reading like my mom's Harlequins on her shelf and stuff too. And I feel like that was normal. Like I wouldn't judge my mom for reading Harlequin because everybody does. Now I judge her for what she reads now because she has Kindle Unlimited. But I'm like, oh, how good was that? Should I read it? And I just like, let's not talk about the details. Just tell me if it's good enough to read, and that's it.
Awkward moment. My husband just realized that I read smut. I was like cleaning my office and I had an audio playing and he came and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Is this what you've been reading all along?" I'm like, "Not all, but it's a part of life."
so fun fact, anytime I'm listening to a smutty book, 9 times out of 10, my partner walks in whenever a smutty scene comes up. And I'm like, can you come at like a different time? Like, you think that my whole book is smut based on this one scene you walked into, when it's not. It's just
And I'm
that
like,
scene.
"Explain yourself."
I
He's like, all you do
explained.
is read a smut.
Nah, see, my husband knows I read a bunch of stuff because as much as I talk to like on BookTube about people that actually maybe care possibly about what I gotta say, he humors me. So that's
Okay.
good because I humor him about how he kills zombie, and that's why he's an hour later to come talk to me. But the steamy scenes on audio, I haven't read a whole lot of steamy scenes on audio, I will say, because I read like physically a whole lot more. But I will say, if I get to like a really steamy, like interesting part, especially
Mhm.
when they're saying like You know, some of these authors say the most off the
Yes.
wall. I was like, what? I can't just keep that a secret. Babe, listen to this. And he loves it. And the
I'll
audio
go read it to
just,
my partner too. Be like, oh
the
my God,
audio
you got
gets
to listen to
annoying.
this.
So.
My husband is just like, babe, what are you reading? I was like, oh, you want me to tell you? He's like, no, I don't even want to know.
He
Oh,
really
gosh.
does, though. Catch you better
He
right.
does
He really
because
does.
okay, I can't read intense books and just be like calm about it, like la la la, some flowers and rainbows. There was one book I was reading and there was a chase scene, and I did not realize how hard I was breathing. I was like, oh my God.
Ooh.
And he turned around and he's like, babe, it can't be that good. And I'm like, but it is. But it is.
People
So
don't understand. We go hard
don't
in
get
for
it.
our books.
Mhm.
I'm reading The Echo Wife, by the way. And I've told my
Oh.
husband like a few things about this. Like, oh, I really
Mm.
feel for her. Then I'm like, that B, you know, like I'll come back a few hours later and he's like, do you just like her? Okay, this book is going through the motions for me, but
Yeah.
he gets
Roller
all of
coaster.
that. Y'all get the end reaction, you know.
Fair enough. Fair
The
enough.
manicured, I've thought about it. I don't want to, I don't like long videos. So, I'm gonna tell you a few details and call it a day. He gets all the long-winded explanations and
That's
thought
funny.
process for the books, you know.
Love it. I
Yeah.
know I'm not alone now. I
We'll
literally
see.
start with, babe, can I talk to you about something you don't care about? He's like, go for it.
I just start talking and he'll be like, well, I was playing my game. I'm like, well, sorry.
That's okay. Can you pause it for a second?
Yeah, he'll pause it. Yeah, I'll say that too. Like, come on now, you got to get involved. I'd be like, just give me a few minutes of your time. I listen
Yeah.
about zombies
The funny part
and
is,
Call of Duty.
that's the thing. They're like, oh my goodness, I don't know why you're so obsessed, but you'll be in the next room reading and all you hear is like, what? What? Come on. And I'm like, babe, it's just a game. Relax.
Yes.
It's okay.
My
Yeah.
partner is so salty. I can hear him downstairs yelling at the TV. I'm like, don't make fun of me for listening to my smut and being like, oh my gosh, this happened, that happened.
Oh my goodness.
At least
It
I'm not.
sounds
I
like
mean,
it's
like,
life
at
or
least
death.
I'm not playing and talking to 14-year-olds getting pointers.
Legit, my
go to
nephew's
school.
11. He's 11, and my husband's like, I gotta call JB and see if he know. I'm like, he's 11.
Oh my
The
God.
struggle.
Oh my God. Well, I feel seen and heard on that
I
point.
feel
too.
so good about this conversation. Oh my
God.
goodness. Wait, anyone have any military book recommendations?
Ooh.
The Last Letter.
It has dog tags. And I just know that it's a military book, but that's about it.
I mean, mine has a bunch of smut. I did the whole stuff your Kindles and stuff. So I was like, what do I have that I can try to get off this list here? So check out my video.
It's a romance, I think. I could not tell you what it's about. I just know that there's military something in here.
I actually went on my Libby app and searched some of the military books in there, and I found one. What was it called? It's like We Continue Fighting or We Return Fighting. I can't remember, but it's about like World War One and the different soldiers that fought and those who didn't come home, and some that did. So it was just a very interesting one. My father-in-law is a veteran and he's always throwing books at me. So I'm like, I may just need to stop by your house and go through your collection. Bonnie, you need to read My Heart is a Chainsaw. That sounds terrifying.
Here's Rick. Invisible Generals.
Love
It's about
it.
At first, I thought that said irresistible generals.
I did
cannot
too.
read.
Okay, I'm not crazy. Cool.
They're kind of yummy. Sorry to interrupt. I was like, hold on, I got a book here. I did a little short on this, the little commentary on news program, Book News on my channel. Anyway, this book is interesting. Two first black generals in the United States.
Whoa.
So it's actually, I haven't looked at all of it, but it's pretty good. And it looks like an easy read. And you actually got some pictures of these yummy individuals in there too.
Mm.
So, man in uniform, looking kind of scrumptious, flying planes in the Tuskegee Corps. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
wrote it on my book sticky notes.
You said what'd you call them on the sticky notes?
I have a book sticky note. So every time I go live or I'm like on someone else's channel, they talk about these books. And I have so many sticky notes with books on them. But it tells me that I need to transfer them to my list. So it's in my face until I fix it.
I started keeping a little journal now in front of me.
Oh, that's smart. I need a journal.
Amazon, they're cheap.
There you go. I put it in my little planner, which I'm still trying to get my 2023 planner together. But I have just a little note section, in the back, and I just write down things. And then I have a little app on my phone. But I'm getting very selective now about what I write down and be like, you know what, that sounds good, but otherwise you'll never get through this list. Like, it just does not happen. This book has been on my list for like a year and a half, but Paulette Family and Books is having a discussion on the book. And I was like, let me go ahead and read this book right about now since we're going to talk about it. So that way there's my excuse, So anybody have an excuse, something to read?
I have a theory. My theory is if it's a buddy read or a challenge, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But if I am left to my own devices, baby, it ain't going to happen.
But like you said earlier, if it's like a buddy read, it forces you to get through it, even though you're like, I mean, to a certain extent, I always talk about this book, probably because it's up here. It's like my only intro. All this is a bunch of junk I don't really want to read down here. But this book I read, I got through the 5th season. Now, it was good. I think I would have forced myself to get through this. But if it wasn't for buddy reads and all, as much as I was interested, I'm curious if I would have still forced myself to complete the entire Broken Earth trilogy. But the Lost Luster kind of broke off after that, to where when I felt like I wasn't feeling it, I was like, I'm done. I'm out.
Yes.
It was a year-long N.K. Jemisin read-along, and I made it like 5.5 months, and I was like, I'm out.
And the hard part is, I own most of the books, so I don't have an excuse when I see kind of the read-alongs and stuff. I'm like, oh, dang, I don't have that one. It's always the ones where I'm like, that book intimidates me. I should have not purchased it when I did. I have no excuse now. Kate. Yeah, Mistborn. I have the beginning of the 2nd trilogy, but baby, the first one I'm still hanging on to. I'm listening to those for my library. I love that for you. Someone like you. Okay. So these are all the anticipated ones. All right.
That was for Kiana, not Courtney. I'm sorry. I think I was looking at Courtney's name, and then Kiana had typed something.
Hey, Kitty!
I guess I'm a lot behind. I didn't even see the messages. I'm sorry. I suck at live today. I'm just like, there's messages here. When did that happen?
That was like during the sprint, like right at the beginning? I don't know.
I think so.
I'm back. I'm backlisted already. I got one chapter done in the last one. Nice. I think I'm finally caught up, right? Nope, probably not. Probably not. What, Alicia? I got my love of smut from my mom. No comment.
Get it from my mama.
No comment. Your mom is not cussing me out today. No comment.
But there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm a master of death and already enjoying it. I love when I enjoy a book right away. I absolutely love that. Some books take a little too long to really jump at me, but the moment I open a book and it starts off juicy, baby, I'm invested. Let's see. I got to chapter 18, did some laundry, and worked on my journal. You are knocking out a whole lot of something. Mom recommended smut. I love it. Let's just say we had a very realistic parents. I have a hard time with it. Really? we're always taught not to write in books unless they were textbooks from college. I totally get that as your biggest book prude. I told myself, as long as I'm writing on a sticky, I could always take it away. I can always remove it. It can
That's true.
always be changed. I will probably never be one of those people that can write directly in the book. I struggle. I still
Yeah,
love
you
Harley
the
Quinn.
library, so it's a no-go there. Although Kindle, though, I do, how sometimes like when you're reading on the Kindle or whatnot, you can highlight, which I've recently learned,
Yes.
you can change the colors. And then, but, I'm one of those people that'll pull up the text box and actually write a note like, I know he didn't. I'm just waiting for
Yes.
somebody, because it uploads to Goodreads or whatever. I'm just waiting for somebody to come back and be like, oh, because I don't even be
Somebody come back like, Courtney, what?
exactly. Like I'll highlight and be like, nope. That'll be it. Just nope.
Nothing else. They don't even use a period to end it. They just write, nope. Bonnie, let him know the girl.
Exactly.
This man is sick of me. I don't know. He told me yesterday, he said, babe, you're spoiled. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, if I ever say no to you, I have to put up with the most pouting in the world. And I was like, that's not true. He's like, I don't want to take you to the store. And I was like, I could take myself.
No.
It took all of me being like, I could drive myself, but well, he's like, I don't like you driving. I was like, am I a bad driver? He's like, no, I just don't like you going anywhere by yourself. It makes me uncomfortable. So he's that guy. He's like, no.
My man be
no,
like,
he's traumatized. My husband's traumatized. He says I'm too friendly and too happy looking. So random people talk to me all the time. And he's traumatized. He's like, someone's going to kidnap you. I'm like, I am not a small girl. No one's picking me up and throwing me in the car, honey. I'm okay. He's like, that'll be the time that you actually get kidnapped. I don't understand the logic. So yes, I'm that girl. Wait, my hubby was doing the reindeer readathon. I heard about that one. It was cute. Awesome. Shorter books are harder than I thought. I send mine screenshots of smut. Oh,
I do that too.
What are you doing these screenshots?
You just read it and you're like, hold on, let me see this over. Can you
I want the shock factor of like, look at what I'm reading. Tell me it's wild.
You're at work and you check your phone. It's just a paragraph of smut. Oh my God.
That's a good idea. Y'all giving me some. I've never done that. I'm just, but is he going to read it though? I don't know. But he'll listen to me. You got to hit keywords and he'd be like, what'd you say? Because you know how people tune out. Like he'll be brushing his teeth. And I'll be like, babe, listen to this, right? And I know he's half listening. Then all of a sudden he'll be like, hold up. Let me spit this out. I need to hear you more. Because, it's always at night while he's getting ready for bed, because I'm already reading by that time. So, that's when I'm like, hey, babe, listen to this. So he walks in the door.
Got something juicy for you. Hold on. Exactly. Well, happy New Year to you too, Mo. We're going to pause here because technically we should be doing a sprint for 30 at this time. So I'm going to get that pulled up on the screen. But for those who don't know, since we got a chance to steal Courtney, Courtney, give a shout out to your channel. Give them a update on the Bootcamp Readathon. Okay, I didn't say long. Okay, Courtney, it's all you, hun.
Well, my name is Courtney. I'm with channel Tangible Reads. I like, fantasy, sci-fi, some horrors, anything with like a really unique perspective. I enjoy reading Black authors for the most part, but I read a little bit of everything. I've been on BookTube about, oh my gosh, y'all, I think it's been like 2 years. That's crazy.
Has it really been 2 years?
I know, I think it's been 2 years. I started, it wasn't last year, year before last. Wow. That's interesting. A little bit under 2 years, but enjoy my time. I actually created with all these lovely co-hosts Bootcamp Readathon, where we're combining fitness with some reading and getting the year off right and all that good stuff. So you can curate it any way you want, and that is my spill here. So enjoying some good books, y'all. So I hope y'all do the same.
Love, love, love it. And again, I will be putting everyone's information, Courtney and Vanessa, but also our other co-hosts. So make sure you guys check that out after we're done with this live. So let's jump in. We got 30 minutes, and thank goodness one without commercials. Now watch, we have a commercial now that I've said it out loud. But hopefully one without commercials for a 30-minute read, and then we'll come back and wrap it up for today. Sounds good? All righty. Well, happy reading, and we'll be back with you all very, very soon. Knock, 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 knock. And we're back. How did it go?
I did not read. It was the plan. I was supporting content creators.
I mean, that's good too.
It's a distraction. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. I started doing this thing to where in between books, or unless I only have a few minutes, then I don't go and looking at comments and, looking at videos. Cause, you get in video mode and next thing you know, it's an hour or two, you haven't read. Like, that's why I feel like it's so unrealistic that I realistically can watch all the videos of everybody I sub to and everybody I want to support. I just can't do it. I should have been reading. I didn't follow my own resolution in between books because I'm reading a book, and I definitely had 30 minutes, which is a significant amount of time I could have read. And I didn't. So thank y'all. You're welcome.
Breaks count too. Let's just count it as a break.
Exactly.
Vanessa, how'd it go?
So I was productive. I wrote out, I don't know, Courtney, I tagged you in this, but I wrote out like all the boot camp. You can't really see it, but I wrote out all the boot camp prompts and the books I'm going to read with them and started like checking some off. And I had a little bit of time, so I read this little graphic novel.
Oh,
The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. I was gifted this book by somebody, and it's just like not a book I would really ever go for, but it was actually really cute. Like the story behind it was very inspirational and like value yourself, be kind to people. Like it was a good little book to read.
I love it. Love it.
And then you also got me like on my Kennedy Ryan kick. Like I really wanted to read. So I checked out this book, the audiobook from the library.
I've seen that a lot lately.
Okay, that's the one that I don't have. So I forget how I even found out about Kennedy Ryan, but a friend of mine was saying how she has a bunch of like series. So I have 2 other series. I think it's called the Grip series, and then one that recently got a new recovered. So I have those 2, and I want to say Long Shot is hers.
Check triggers.
Oh my goodness, I have so many books. So this is the first one. I did not even like ask questions about how to read it or what order. I was just like, we're reading this one, okay?
Okay, well you're gonna want to annotate
all of them.
Long Shot. I think, well, probably all of them, but Long Shot, I'll just say check the trigger warnings because it is heavy.
Ooh, I'm ready.
But it is so good. 5 stars, easy.
Adding that to my list for next
Every
week.
book I've read by her, 5 stars. Like, I love her.
I have been struggling to do a TBR video for this reason because Courtney, shout out to you, my love. Because of your readathon, I'm actually reading. I struggled so much trying to figure out what I was going to read this month. And then the readathon, I was like, oh yeah, I have prompts I can use. Oh, I can do this. So like, mad shout out to you, my love. Cause I was like, look here, y'all gonna get a video in 2025. Cause I don't know what's going on right now.
It's interesting how we struggle with that. Well, I don't know. I won't say for everybody, but within booktube spaces, I've heard a lot about how people struggle to say what to read next. And I think it's because and we always have options, but we always have people saying something we should read. So it's hard to say, am I going to sit for hours and choose this? And it's important. If it wasn't for BookTube, I would just be like, oh, this is a book on the list. Okay, let me pick it up, But it's like, I have so many options. I could read this, but I could read this. They say it's amazing. So it's like, oh, where do I go? It's FOMO.
Yes. And then Vanessa, you said something earlier about trying different genres, and I am also in the process of trying like horror and like dark academic. And it's just like, it's so many things that we could be doing that you just kind of get stuck in the loop of having too many options.
Yeah.
Like last year, I struggled the same. If you go back and see my video, my husband picked my first TBR 2023 because I just could not. I was like, I have no clue. Babe, get in here. He's like, ooh, this is pretty. Get this one and read that one. And I was
Were
like,
they good
okay,
reads?
TBR. It was
Were
actually
they
a
good
really
reads?
great TBR too.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay, there you go.
So this year I'm doing the TBR jar because I just can't.
Mhm.
And that'll force me to read the books that I was so excited to read, but have yet made time for them. So that's my goal. We're getting goals here.
There we go.
And then, Courtney, it looks like Alicia is participating in the readathon, so she'll be tagging you
See,
in her
awesome,
read.
awesome.
Fifth season was in my top 2 books. Oh my goodness. I'm so intimidated by NK.
Yeah.
I own like 3 books, and I'm like, I'm scared. Love it. Congratulations.
Wow.
Get stuff done. A whole year of books completed. Yikes. You're my hero. My husband spoils me and the kids and then complains that I'm spoiled. Laugh aloud. It's his fault. I agree. 1000%. 1000%. And my husband loves kids. So he's like, when we have kids, I was like, they're gonna get everything they want because you will just do it. He's like, no, I don't. I'm like, you do it with me. What are you gonna do when they're your kids? It's a wrap.
As long as he doesn't stop spoiling you as well.
Oh, unacceptable. Unacceptable. He knows the role. I got another chapter and a half done. Oh, I haven't even given you guys an update on my reading. I am on chapter 4 and I love it. And I'm annotating. I love the main character. Am I saying her name right? Yasmin? Hold on, let me go back.
I think it's Yasmin.
I love her inner monologues. She's so self-aware, but also in a sense of like, I'm wrong for this. And she doesn't keep it to herself. She actually communicates that. And I appreciate that so much. A+. Worked on a spreadsheet and listened to an audiobook. Love that for you, Paco. Now on chapter 21, worked on a journal, did the exercise for Courtney's sprints to the... That's what I'm talking about. Get up and move the body. Courtney, you don't want to know about me almost killing myself today with my stepper, but I digress.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's your favorite by her. Alicia, have you read a lot of her books? I have to
Oh
be in the
no.
book series for personal that makes
It is
sense.
very triggering.
A
So
lot of people said that though. I see a lot of the reviews being like, hey, be aware, be in the right space to read it, which makes me want to read it even more because I'm chaotic. Right? Pages. Technic Caroline. I love it. I made it to the halfway point.
Ooh, that's a
You
good one.
get it. You get it. Guess what? You only got half left. You only half. You get it. Keep my Instagram profile modest and dressing the MC of Protecting Caroline in a shirt. I love it. I love it. Well, guys, we knocked out a nice chunk of reading. We read for like an hour 15.
For those of us that have read.
We're gonna give Courtney some slack. We're gonna call that her self-care time. We're gonna call that a self-care meeting for you to do whatever you want to. But we are officially at time. Thank you all again for joining us today. It has been a lot of fun. Don't forget to check out their channels as well as our additional co-hosts, which will be listed in the description right after this live. But I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed your time here and you continue to be productive. It don't stop just because the live is over. Keep getting stuff done. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next one.
And
Bye,
hydrate.
friends.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, friends.